What's up, everybody? My name's Chance. Today we're diving into an 80% win rate custom brew. That's right, it's a Rakdos run-through deck, or should I say a Rakdos stomp all over you deck, because that's exactly what it does. Now, y'all know I'm very cautious when it comes to tearing up my own custom brews, right? But in this case, I actually don't mind it because we slammed hard. This is probably the quickest that you'll ever see, 4 games won back to back to back, and all fairly easily. So I'm going to give this deck a tier 1 rating. It does end up beating some tier 0 decks. We beat Dimir Rogues, we beat Gruel Aggro with this deck, and not just beat them, but we smashed them. So I'm going to say tier 1 because I don't want to get too cocky and be like, oh, look at this deck that I built that's so much better than all the others. But it is something that you should definitely look into, and if you're playing ranked and you want to climb with something that not everybody's using, it's not your standard Rakdos, Kroxa, Escape, Exile sort of deck. This is an all-new one that focuses on Lurrus and Anax. Now, we've done this combo before, but what we're doing this time is focusing more on the Lurrus aspect. Instead of the Anax and trying to hit Embercleave and yada yada yada, we're using Lurrus to bring back our Archfiends, our deadweights, get the card draw off of the Hateful with the removal of the deadweights and the Mire's Grasp, or just bring back the Hateful, which is a 1/2 lifelinker, so it's really, really good against the other aggro decks you'll be facing off against, right? Mono red, Gruel, blah, blah, blah. Fervent Champion, always a solid 1-drop, it can boost up the other Fervent Champions. It's really great at taking these auras like Furor of the Bitten. And that's another reason why we're playing Lurrus here today. I've been playing that mono red deck where we use Furor, and I was like, man, this is actually a really good 1-drop. So what if you could just keep bringing that back, right? You throw down onto a Fireblade, and they're like, damn, now I have to remove this 3 damage creature that's going to deal 3 damage when it does. But you also get the Furor right back, so you get to replay that on the Fervent, or you can replay the Fireblade and then replay the Furor of the Bitten onto the Fervent, or on the Fireblade. Y'all know what I'm saying. Point is, it does a lot of damage, and it makes it to where the opponent really has to step on eggshells when attacking or defending against you, as you do have these creatures that can sort of die and just immediately deal good damage. We have Mire's Grasp for some additional removal with the Hateful Eidolon, also acts as card draw, right? Robber of the Rich to steal our opponent's stuff, only 2 of, as we're playing this in best of 1, and you really want to, not be screwed over by Robber by going second. So 2 copies, it has reach, it has haste, you can replay it with the Lurrus, which is really nice, replaying this and then throwing a Furor on it. Oh, one of the best feelings in the world, I'm telling you right now. Also, let's not forget, you can bring back the Archfiend Vessel, and get the 5/5 flying, which is nice and cool, and all Lurrus decks love it. The thing that's spicy with this deck is you can get that 5/5 flyer and then throw an Embercleave on it. So you'll have a 6/6 flying double striking trampler, which is really, really hard for the opponent to deal with unless they just have the pop-off removal sort of. Anyways, Stormfist Crusader is going to help you stay very healthy on card draw, as well as help tick your opponent down. And again, we have the Relic Robber, we have the Fireblade Charger, so there is a certain point within this deck where just using your Stormfist and your Chargers and your Robbers, you're going to be able to tick the opponent down little by little each and every single turn, and by using your Lurruses, keep that damage pressure up to where your opponent can't really afford to either block or attack against you, right? Shatter Skull is going to be some excellent removal, also acts as a land. Same with Aghademes, right? You can bring back a whole lot of stuff, also it's a land. Call the Death Dweller, really nice in this deck. Being able to give your Fervent Champion Death Touch and bring it back, really good. Being able to give your Fireblade Charger Death Touch and bring it back, really, really good. Being able to give your Robber of the Rich Menace, so it's harder for the opponent to just block out, awesome. So this Call of the Death Dweller, not only does it bring back your Lurrus and your Anax and your Relic Robber, all this awesome stuff, it can also bring back your other small hasters, give them Death Touch, which makes them essentially unblockable, or very, very unlikely blockable from your opponent, right? And things like Fireblade, if they block the Death Toucher, not only does the Death Toucher take out the creature that they blocked, it's also going to get to deal the 1 damage and essentially take out a whole another thing. Anyways, that's going to do it for the Lurrus Anax. Here's another really, really pog card, and I don't want to overlook it because it's one that really smashes. This is an Enchantment Aura, Demonic Embrace. The nice thing with it is when the opponent goes to remove the creature that you have this equipped to, if you have a Hateful Eidolon down, you're going to draw cards off of that. So your opponent's going to remove your creature, blah, 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 but you don't lose the Demonic Embrace, right? Because you can replay it from the graveyard. You lose the creature, but you can replay almost all your creatures with Lurrus, and you're going to get the card draw off the Hateful. So it's a really, really good one-off in the deck that honestly can help you come through in so much clutch, because you're able to send those Fervents, Hatefuls, Stormfist, Robbers, all of that kind of stuff into the sky, right? And then last but not least, we do have 2 copies of Embercleave. I know I hear people get mad at me. Chance, you're not playing 4 copies of Embercleave. What are you doing? Realistically, there's just some decks where you don't want to just see Embercleave every single game, right? Not only that, Embercleave is a card that you stacking it doesn't really have any benefits for you. So you never want to see 2 Embercleaves in a game. It's not like Lurrus can bring back Embercleave. So, you know, 2 copies is perfectly fine. It'll do the job of boosting up your Anax and your Lurrus and all that kind of stuff when you need it to. And outside of that, like I mentioned, you have the Relic Robber, you have the Fireblade, you have the Stormfist, you have all of this sort of menace and flying and evasiveness. You're going to be able to get in that chip damage little by little. You're going to be able to get in the explosive damage with the Anax, with the Robber, with the Demonic Embrace, right? Anyways, this was a super fun deck. As I mentioned, we had an 80% win rate, not just any 80% win rate, but we took out Rogues, we took out Gruel, and this was all in ranked, of course. So tier 1 deck for sure. It's fast, it's heavy hitting, it's not too difficult to play. I will say this is a little bit harder to play than your standard Anax, just smash face red, right? Because you do have to make a little bit of decisions. Is it more important to deal damage? Is it more important to draw cards? And, you know, obviously a lot of that is based off of the opponent you're playing, right? Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. If you've enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like down below, comment in the comment section, subscribe if you're new here and you want to see more content from yours truly and more of these custom builds that you're just not going to get anywhere else. Let's be real. It really helps support the channel, all that nice stuff. Without further ado, let's dive into the Rakdos madness. I'm not good at names. A very similar hand. Opponent also gets to go first, but we do have more red cards in this one, so I am going to keep. If we can find a single source of black mana, we can get the Stormfist down. Now, initially in this deck, I'm opting to not play the temples, which might be a mistake. Obviously, we don't have the Rakdos pathways coming out till next set, so something like this along these lines, this deck, right, will get better when those pathways come out. But for the time being, you know, Aghadeem's is really good, but I am still going to go with the turn 1 Fervent. I guess we could have went with the turn 1 Fireblade, knowing we aren't going to swing in with the Fervent here. That's alright. I kind of want to bolt down Aghadeem's just to immediately get down the Stormfist. Should have done that after I swung in, actually, so they would have had the fear of us bone crushing their Rune Crab, right? I know a lot of people will be like, oh, it's just 1 extra damage, not that big of a deal, but if you count how many games that you would have almost won based off 1 extra damage, it's kind of crazy. So, kind of just a little bit crazy. Let's go ahead and play our land down. Now, we do have the Relic Robber, which has haste, and of course gives them that stuff they don't want. We also have Deadweight, which can hit the Lurrus, which is nice. We could go Fervent Fireblade, or yeah, Fervent Fireblade, swing in, use the Deadweight to take out the Rune Crab. Of course, they have Lurrus, so I think I'm just going to go for the Relic Robber here, swing all in, get in the damage I can, and yeah, it should be alright. Alright. We're looking for a Lurrus. That would be nice for us to have. And of course, it's a mill deck, so if we come across a Call of the Death Dweller, we should have a decent little selection in our graveyard. Into the story, opponent's just drawing a whole lot. Now, we do have Embercleave we can actually throw down on this next turn. Pretty good for us. Mire's Grasp could take out their Rune Crab if we so choose. I could go Fervent, still get Embercleave down. I could go Fervent Archfiend, still get Embercleave down. Alright, so we're definitely going Fervent. We're definitely going for the Embercleave. Question, am I using Deadweight on the Rune Crab? I don't think I am. So I think here we just go all in. Boost up Stormfist because the Stormfist can't be blocked at all. They block Relic. We buff the Stormfist. That's some good stuff there. Now they're down to 2. We could either take out Rune Crab or just get down Archfiends. Let's demolish them, yeah? Let's take out everything. It's Dimir. They're not too keen on board wipes. We also still have the potential to get down Fireblade and then equip Embercleave to it. So not only do they have to remove all of my creatures this turn, they would also have to remove Embercleave. So I'm not gonna lie, this Rakdos deck beating a Dimir mill, probably Rogues deck, right? We know for sure they have Rune Crab in the Lurrus, so feels good. It feels really good. Any homebrew that can beat a Rogues, sign me up. Now, obviously, I'm getting a little cocky because we don't know for 100% fact that we've won, but the opponent is on 2 life. They only have 5 mana. We have 4 attackers. You know, there's a lot of stuff here that they got to deal with. So even if they do Extinction Event, which they didn't, they're going to lose 1 life here, which means we could ultimately just throw down a Fireblade and deadweight it. So that's good. We're going to swing all in. I have full faith and confidence that this is going to work. They need 4 copies of removal at instant speed for 5 mana. I just don't think that's possible. Drown in the Loch. Okay. We also have Castle Locthwain, so like we can make our creatures deal even more. I have 3 mana. Thieves Guild. Okay, that's 1 blocker. But they're still missing. That's 2, but they're still dead. That's still GG. Alrighty, well, happy to see that. I almost got there. They were 1 off, sorta, because we still had the Fireblade that could have obviously came down and destroyed them very easily, right? So, picking up a victory, and it's against Rogues. HCC DR, or maybe it's HCC Doctor. We got 2 doctors in the house. We did go first. That's good. Fireblade, Relic Robber. Yeah. I mean, it's going to cost us a little bit of life here, you know, but I'm willing to pay. We don't have the Anax mana, which is unfortunate, but you can't win them all. Can't win them all. Really like the Black Lotus pet. That's what those are, right? I almost called it a minion and an avatar, but these are the avatars, and well, we don't have minions yet. It would be kind of cool if we did. Just a little guy over here, or a little girl, a little creature, if you will, that you could just sort of run around on the battlefield and play with stuff while you're waiting on your opponent to play, you know what I mean? You can run over here and pick up the vines and get lost in the background. Maybe on the ones where it's a floating island, he like falls off one side and climbs up the other. Obviously, I'm asking for a bit much, given they struggle a little bit just to get a, you know, normal running game. But that's neither here nor there. It's our turn. I'm going to pay the 3 life, get down the Fireblade. We're probably going to enter the Agadeem's tapped on next turn, and that way come turn 3 we can curve out for the Relic Robber. Nice, easy, lemon squeezy. Well, never mind, because we just sort of hit the mana we needed to there. That's good. That is good. Bone Crusher. Did I say we didn't have the mana for Anax? Was I lying? Or did we just draw into the mountain? I think we drew into the mountain. Anyways, we go Anax here, right? Because Relic Robber has haste. And as much as I would love to, like, Relic Robber, ha, now you have a 0/1 that you can't get rid of. I think getting down the Anax is still the right idea here. So they play another land here, yeah. Thankfully, Shocks can't take out Anax, right? Am I right? Anyways, we could deadweight their card here and still get down Relic Robber. Gonna cost us 3 life, which, given its Gruel aggro, I don't know that we want to continue to pay that 3 life. So we could also go deadweight Fervent. I worry about them having Fabled Passage, honestly. So I think we're just gonna kapow. Yeah, it's a little risky, but you know, when did I not risk it for the biscuit? So we'll get in, we'll give him a little 0/1, have fun with that guy. Now the worst thing about that 0/1 is it does act as a creature that they can swing in with and help proc the Embercleave. Yeah, nice. Alright, so if I get down you, we actually can't cast Embercleave because we need that double red mana. So go ahead, Gem Razor. You block whoever you want to block, buddy. So this Makes Anax a 5, so if attach it makes it a 6, which is lethal, right? 12. Yeah! So not only have we taken down Gruel, or, well, yeah, Gruel now. Gruel aggro. We've taken down Dimir Rogues. Tuya. Tuya. I don't like the fact that we have 0 black mana and the fact that we very heavily need it, but we got the Fervent and the Furor, so it's kind of alright, right? It's kind of okay. Unless we don't find any black mana, in which case, ouch, because the opponent's just playing mono red. That one's going to be a little rough. For sure, for sure. 2 mana, which means they probably have Bone Crusher that they would like to throw down on my Fervent here. Let's hope not. Yikes. We're not off to a good start. We haven't seen any black mana so far. We definitely need that. So Bone Crusher comes down. Yeah. Give me a Mire's Grasp. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Obviously we're going to take 2 from the Bone Crusher, but it's better than taking 4. We can call, but the only thing we can get back is the Fervent, so I'd rather not. I really just want to see some more creatures. We're a little lackluster on that front. Anax. And a Fireblade Charger, well, they're off to a good start. So we can go Fervent here. We could also bring out our other Fervent, which, you know, we're kind of in a back pressed against a wall situation, so I'm going to. No attacks. We'll leave this Fervent back. It does have Death Touch First Strike, which means as long as they don't get the Embercleave here on the Anax, we can block it out pretty easily. It's looking a lot like... Looking a lot like it, though. So we'll block like this. Hopefully they don't have Embercleave. They have it. It's a GG. Not much we can do in that situation. We drew poorly. They drew good. They also went first, so. Dr. Wood. So this one is for sure a doctor. Doctor of the Lumber. We get to go first. So I'm happy to see the Robber. I'm happy. Yeah. Oh, man. This is so greedy. But, it's alright. Hello, Dr. Wood. How are you? Doctor versus Doctor. We'll see who... Oh, you're playing a Triome. Don't ask me why I needed to say that like I did, but, yeah, well, let's go ahead and get down the Robber. Nothing I love more than stealing my opponent's stuff. Y'all know that. Seagate Restoration. You don't say. We hit that big one right off the top, huh? How many cards you got? Yorion? It's standard Yorion, 80 card deck. Alright. I can respect that. So we're... Oh, man. I want to get down the Stormfist, but I also want to get down the Furor and the Fervent. We need more red mana, basically. Basically. So I think I am going to swing in with the Robber first here, if it can live, of course. It lives, hey. Hey. Lucky, happy day. So obviously we can't cast Seagate. I don't think we can play it down as a land. That'd be pretty cool if you could, like, boop. But we can't. So, I think we go for the Stormfist. We look for that red mana that we want oh so dearly. Now, the opponent... Okay, I was about to say, the opponent's not playing classic, I'm forgetting the name, Azorius slash... Oh, that's really good. Classic Azorius slash, Esper Yorion. They're playing something a little special here. They got like a Sultai Yorion going on. So I don't really want to bring Lurrus down quite yet, given it doesn't really have too much to bring out, you know? Bring out from the graveyard. Well, actually, I can't bring anything, given we only have Stormfist, and we wouldn't have the mana for that this turn. But, you know, we're going to use the Furor, and this way, if they go to remove a creature, we're going to put it on the Fervent, because obviously the Robber is the one that they more so want to remove, so this way we get to hedge our bets that some good damage will hit them this turn, right? So let's see. They use a Neutralize. They counter my Furor. Wow, that's gotta feel bad, right? Paying 3 mana to counter a 1 mana, not even a creature, but an aura, right? Maybe they got what they need on lock here. It's just gonna be board wipe. Yeah. That's still like, that's kind of sort of rough when you think about it. So we're gonna get down to Lurrus, and we are going to replay this Furor onto this this Fervent. Nice. Thanks. I like that. It seems a little wasteful for them to use that extinction event there, but maybe they got some more, you know? Generally, you don't pop your board wipe immediately on a 2 and a 1 and oh my goodness, we did it! Dr. Wood taking them down. We're 3 and 1 with this Rakdos run through deck, and I gotta say, 75% win rate on a homebrew smashing together 2 decks kind of thing feels nice. All right, maybe it's Lala? Lali? Whatever. Opponent gets to go first. It's never fun for us. We do have kind of an interesting setup here with the Hateful and the Furor. This is what I was interested to see, is like, is this strong enough to make our creature strong enough to make this draws cards of the removal of these and then use Lurrus to whatever. I'll keep it. I'm not entirely confident in this hand, we'll say, but it could be all right. So let's just lead out with the Hateful. You know, if I need to do some finessing here, then so be it. But no, if I would have known that was gonna be a robber, I would have dropped that castle like a hot potato right on the floor, steaming, smelling delicious. Mire's Grasp is good in case the opponent decides they just might want to try some removal on us, or some creatures, sorry. I have the removal, they have the creatures, right? So it seems to be a Mardu deck thus far. I really want to get down Furor, but we also have a chance to just slam a Fervent here. You know what I mean? And this is 2 damage. You gotta put the Furor of the Bitten down. Fervent, Furor, Robber. So they get the 2 little wood ones. We actually don't have to swing in with the Robber, so that was kind of a mistake on their part to be like, hey, look, I have creatures. That's all right. I'll take it. Yeah, and now you'll take it. So opponent is playing Mardu. Oh, those are humans. You know, I thought these were just soldiers, and I was going to say they're playing probably a Mardu Mutate, but you don't play Omen if you're planning on mutating, right? I don't play Omen if I'm planning on mutating. So we're going to go and use Mire's Grasp on one of these. It'll give some card draw, also use up that black mana that we don't really have anything else to use it for currently. Throw down both the Fervents, because those are fun. We could have waited till after just to see if Robert draws us anything, but I think swinging in with the extra 4 damage is kind of worth it. We had another land. Oh, we didn't swing in on the first time. We had a land for the first draw. Opponent's down to 9, we're up to 27. They do have the 0-4 wall, but of course if we hit something like, I don't know, Embercleave, it's gonna be a scary day for them, right? Transmogrify, that makes so much more sense. Alright, it's an Archon, but they just bolstered my Fervents. They bolstered my Robber, they bolstered my Hateful. No, do you know what you've done? Alright, Embercleave, Fireblade. Oh, Fireblade's really good too. You're just helping me. You're just helping me. So if I put this on the Archon can't and won't actually be able to block almost any of our creatures. And sure, our Robber is going to be trading out with these. Our Fervents live, so the Robber is really the only thing that we would lose there. I just do one of the, yeah, no, this is going on Archon for sure. What you got to say about that? So Robber is getting taken out here, but the Fervents live. The Hateful could get double blocked, but that leaves 2 going to the Hateful and 1 going to the Robber, which means 8 goes to face, right? No, they're gonna, oh man, this is such a bad block for them, you know what I mean? Okay, there's the double block. That makes a little more sense. Little bit more sense. No? No, they're going back. They said, nope, I don't want my my board to be equal, actually. Alrighty, well, I'm going to leave Agadeem's in our hand because you just never know when that big coup de grace is what you'll want and need. Of course, 5 mana is a nice place to be at as well, right? Another Omen of the Sun. Gives them 2 more creatures, 2 more life. Bit of a pain in the ass, not going to lie, them hitting that. Oh, we could use Agadeem's here and get back the Robber. That's, I mean, yeah, that's what we should do. If I had another red source of mana, I'd say we should just go for the Castle Emperor, but honestly, this is perfectly fine. Yeah, swing all in. Do it. Do it. They also have a problem now in blocking the Fireblade Charger and the fact that, well, they can't really, right? If they do, we're getting to deal 3 damage also to face. So that Archon kind of helping us. That's not how you want to block that. But they do it anyways. But they do it anyways. Alright, so we're going to card draw, damage. Yeah, what are we, 4-1? Oh. Jeez. Cheese and crackers, am I right? So what is that, 80% win rate in 20 minutes.